Well, welcome back to Living with a Classic in my daily driver XJ6 1975 Series 2. And it's winter here and snowy outside. And I have been driving the car a little bit since the previous video where we had some issues with probably water in the carbs and maybe some dirt. And I had some additives to remove things. And I'm driving a little bit, but now I think it's time to put a little bit more miles on it and see if it's actually going to help. So far it feels, but we'll see at the end of the video after driving a little bit more. And I thought to give you guys a little bit of update on that, and at the same time just so you guys can film, enjoy the beautiful nature out here in the snow, because it seems like a lot of you guys viewing, you don't get this sort of winter that I have here, and it's not that common to see these classics out in the snow. It is just a couple of degrees below freezing. We've had snow now for about 3 weeks, and so it's sort of like half packed, a little bit half melted here on the road. They don't salt up here, so it is they grit instead of just with gravel. So it's a little bit slippery, slidey right now, but like a sorbet. But the real fun thing about this video is we are going to, a car here. We're going to surprise my oldest. I have 2 kids, a boy and a girl, and my oldest, the girl, this is her favorite car by far. She hasn't stopped talking about this thing pretty much a couple times a week since we haven't driven it. That when can we go on the green car again? When can we go out? And this morning, again, we took the Range Rover, and she kept asking, can we go for a ride in the other green car soon? Because, you know, I really miss that car. So I'm going to surprise her. I'm going to go pick her up in the Series 2 and see if she gets excited. Oh, I'll turn you guys around, get a little bit of winter wonderland. We'll head up, pick them up, and then we'll talk about how this thing's been running after running water treatment and that tree pack in it. We're already getting less snow on the road here. It's just that the last bit of this road really just goes to my house and then to this nature reserve if you continue past that. So, but it's still a little bit slippery. You know, you can just hang the tail end out if you want to, but we're not going to do that. So that's another sort of winter driving thing. If you haven't done it before, people think, oh, how can you do that in a rear-wheel drive classic? Well, I have proper tires on it. I have winter tires, and they're studded, so they're not completely studded. And well, I drive this as if it is a classic car. I don't drive it as a modern car with driver aids and everything. And you shouldn't drive your modern car like that in the snow. You should treat any car that you drive out in the snow and when it's slippery, just be careful. You know, take 5 or 10 minutes extra to get somewhere, and just, you know, stay safe and stay out of the ditch. Yes, this doesn't have ABS, so I'm never going to slam on the brakes if anything happens. I'm going to pump them gently, and if I'm going down hills and things, I will downshift and use my transmission to brake. The sun pretty much went down like a little bit ago, so it's going to be dark in maybe half an hour, 40 minutes or so. So it's that time of year as well. But the snow actually does make it a little bit brighter and nicer outside. I'm one of those people, I don't mind having the snow in December because I absolutely love Christmas. But once it's past that, I don't need this stuff. But for December, I think it's really nice. It just makes it nice and festive for the family and kids and all of that. Like I said, these classics, if you drive them with what they are in mind, like I said, I'm not going really that fast at the moment. Going as fast as I feel is appropriate on this road with my vehicle that I can stop. But I do live up here, like I said, it's on top of like a small mountain range, and then everything, all the shops and everything, daycare and everything, that's at the bottom of the hill. So it's always really different. So when we get down there, it doesn't necessarily have to be snow. It can be a little bit, or it can be nothing at all. Like, that is the temperature difference. It can be a 3 to maybe even 4 degree temperature difference. See, going down a hill like this, there's not really any ice or snow, but if there was, I would right now probably downshift it into second and just have it engine brake down the hill. You don't want to be just slamming on your brakes going down a hill like this, because, well, you'll get down the hill, just not in a controlled fashion. Here, as you saw, I can gently brake and come to the stop. So winter driving in classics, you can do it. just have the right gear. So now we're almost down here. We're gonna go on this little faster road. We're taking the long way there because I want to put as many miles as possible on it to get all these additives running through. But this is a little bit faster road out here, and we can see if we can blow out the cobwebs a little bit. Sorry, it gets a little dark here around the trees. Like I said, it is pretty late here, but we have a pretty straight piece of road here, so I'm just gonna downshift. I'm not gonna like give any throttle, but just let it run a bit, and now it's running pretty nice and cleanly. That's up to 2,500 RPMs. And it shifts. It is definitely running a lot better. Like I said, I haven't put that much on it. We've only gone maybe about 40 kilometers since putting that stuff in, which really isn't a lot. So I think we'll have to give it to at least about 100 kilometers or so before we give a true assessment. But so far, I actually do think it is helping quite a bit. And I spoke to my dad a bit. He was around back in the day, of course, when you had carbureted cars in the winter here in Sweden, which, especially here in the south, where it's sort of, it gets not as cold as up north, so we have a little bit of like a lot of condensation in fuel tanks because it can be a cold day, cold night, but then during the day it can be sunny, and then, you know, a dark car like this. So he said that he used to overdose that thing that we call the K-spray, which is basically mean carburetor spirit, and which is a water remover and de-icer. So I'm gonna go and pick up some more and just continue adding it because I feel like it is making a difference. Almost back home here with the kids in the back. My daughter absolutely loved this. She thought this was such a fun surprise. I told her I had a surprise. She kept guessing things. This, I think, was the last thing on her mind. So just because I told her this morning that we're not going to drive this thing for a while, but she's really excited, and it is running better and better. I think it is a water droplet or something just going around in there, and they're hard to get out. We'll see. I've done maybe about 50 kilometers now with this stuff in. I'll give it another 50. That will be pretty much when I have to get fuel on that side. And we'll see how it goes. Really a lot better so far. Pulling up that hill, I had it happen sort of once where it sort of hesitated a little bit. So if it's not this, then we'll take off the top of the carbs in a future video if it hasn't been solved. Have a look inside. Could be a tiny bit of debris, you know, maybe a piece of rubber from inside of a line, something that could be just going in and blocking the jet every now and then and making it go lean. But I really think the logic thing is water. Anyways, I hope you guys like this little update and how it's going. It's going a lot better, but we're losing light here, and it is quite difficult to film this time of year. When I turn on the interior light, it just gets worse. Anyways, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with friends, and let me know in the comments down below of your stories of driving classics in the snow or driving these sort of cars in the snow whenever new. I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below. Until next time, I'm Adam. This was Living with a Classic. I'll see you soon.